the miracle never came. Brazil's five-star team bids farewell to the tournament early. After their comeback win against Japan last round, the world briefly saw hope for the Samba team. But today, in the round of 16 against Brazil ultimately fell to their opponents. Haaland scored twice, giving Norway the lead. Neymar scored from the penalty spot just before, but it couldn't change the outcome. Brazil set a new low in World Cup, marking their worst performance in 36 years. Neymar then confirmed his retirement from the national team. The Samba star, who carried a generation of Brazilians, can only exit with regret. So, why was the Samba team eliminated by Norway? Was Neymar's imperfect final performance a coincidence? Or was it foreshadowed? How far can the dark horse Norway? What lies ahead for them in the competition? Let's go back to the match from early this morning. On one side, we have a traditional powerhouse. On the other, a potential dark horse with a top striker. The clash between Brazil and Norway, both teams have a history. They faced off. Norway won that match 2-1 against Brazil. However, Brazil had already qualified. They made significant changes to their start. So, that result, before this match, even though Brazil's squad was seen as weak, many still viewed them as, in terms of overall strength and the number of Brazil clearly had the upper hand. But when the final whistle blew, it was hard to overlook Norway's victory. The Brazilian team still has a clear. When the final whistle, it's hard for us to achieve Norway's victory again, simply categorized as an unexpected. After watching the full 9, the Samba team has truly lost its former. Fate didn't favor them at crucial moments. Guimarães missed a great chance from the penalty spot. Hendrick's one-on-one shot went wide. This Brazil team chose to lower their stance. Brazil did have opportunities, but they wasted them time, and what awaited them was Norway's deadly counterattack. As the match reached, Haaland, who had been quiet for most of the game, broke the deadlock. Brazil was trailing Norway in the 90th minute. Haaland appeared again, scoring with a low left-footed shot near the penalty area. One header, one cool. The Nordic Pirates ended Brazil's journey. The end of the Brazil, USA, and Mexico trip has, even though Neymar took a penalty in stoppage time, helping the team score a goal, it was too late. The Samba team lost 1-2 to Norway, missing the quarter. This marks their worst World Cup performance in 36 years. When the final whistle blew, Norwegian players rushed to their hero, Haaland. Meanwhile, Neymar sat on the grass, just like when they were eliminated in Qatar 4 years ago. Tears of frustration streamed down his. Yes, it was meant to be his. And for this five-time champion Brazil, their World Cup journey has come to an abrupt end. After the match, angry Brazilian fans pointed fingers at head coach Ancelotti, believing the Italian coach's tactics were too conservative. Brazil chose to giving up possession. It seems to stray from the traditional DNA. But if we look beyond the results, for Ancelotti's tactics aren't the main reason Brazil lost against a tall and tough Norway. If they chose to clash head-on in midfield, this Brazil, lacking stability, would surely. Ancelotti opted for a more pragmatic counterattack, trying to leverage the speed of Vinícius to challenge Norway's relatively. This style may not look flashy, but in terms of actual game impact, Brazil did have a. Unfortunately, they missed several chances, which ultimately became the turning point. This isn't to excuse, but Brazil's ability to seize was indeed frustrating to watch. The team that wastes chances, and that's one of football's harshest truths. This has always been the harshest rule in the world of football. Neymar came on as a substitute in the 6th, but it didn't really change the course of the battle. Brazil's efforts have been in. When your energy and patience are slowly wearing thin, the Nordic Pirates have finally shown their teeth. Haaland's 2 goals shattered Brazil's hopes of reaching the. But we can't just blame bad luck. Let's explain Brazil's defeat. After all, the Samba team's overall strength has plummeted. It's already an undeniable fact. Once upon a time, the Brazilian team was once the best in the world. A team that has no. From the trio of Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, and to the Ballon d'Or winner, back to the young Neymar. But what we heard later was something else. Fabiano from 2010, known as Brazil's weakest number 9, Fred from 2014, also labeled the worst number 9, Jesus from 2018, failed to meet expectations for Brazil's attack. Richarlison in 2022 only left behind. By 2026, Cunha isn't even a traditional number 9. Looking back, Fabiano seems a bit unfairly judged. Earlier, forwards like Elton thrived in the Bundesliga, but couldn't find enough opportunities in the national team. But now, people even feel sorry. It's not that, but Brazil's forward line has fallen to this. It's truly disheartening. Take today's chances created by Brazil. If they had a Haaland, instead, they handed over control. I'm afraid they've already taken the without giving up control. Compared to the issues in midfield, what's more concerning is the 2 fullbacks. Back in the day, Cafu and Carlos, the era of flying wings, was a defining symbol. Now, it feels like today's Brazil team is facing a shortage of options on both flanks. Even veterans Danilo and Sandro probably didn't expect to return to the fullback position after so many years. When the entire lineup has such a clear and fatal weakness, the outcome for Brazil may have already been foreshadowed. What's most regrettable, Neymar's last World Cup dance also ends in disappointment. This superstar has the hopes of Brazilian fans for over a decade, officially ended his national team journey. As we discussed in a previous episode, we analyzed after serious injuries and a long recovery, Neymar now finds he can no longer rely on his individual skill like he did in his prime to pull the team back from the brink. Perhaps we can't blame Neymar for not trying hard enough. After the toll of time and injuries, he may have already given everything. Looking back at Neymar's national team career, it's hard not to sigh. In 2010, the young Neymar not making the South Africa World Cup squad. In the 2014 home, he carried the hopes of leading Brazil forward, but suffered a serious injury against Colombia. His career almost took a different turn because of this. Brazil, missing Neymar and Thiago, suffered a heavy blow from Germany in the semifinals. At the 2018 World Cup, he had just returned from injury. He became the main target for opponents. Neymar's rolling on the ground sparked discussions online. From a tactical perspective, Neymar was Brazil's only real threat. But in the end, Courtois' incredible save stopped Brazil from moving forward. At the 2022 World Cup in Qatar against Neymar scored a stunning goal, almost sending Brazil to the semifinals. But a brief lapse in defense allowed the opponent to equalize. Ultimately, they fell in the penalty shootout. After the match, Neymar, at that time, he was only 30 years old. Now, with many injuries, he can no longer start and can only score a penalty in the final. The team has been eliminated again. This time, Neymar's tears carry a farewell. It's a farewell and a farewell to the fans who watched him grow. From being a candidate after Messi and Ronaldo to a talented player plagued by injuries, Neymar's career is true, especially in the context of the Brazil. His time with the yellow jersey has always felt deeply fragmented. He surpassed the legendary Pelé, becoming the all-time top scorer. He also led Brazil to win the only Olympic gold medal they lacked. But he has always come up empty-handed. No World Cup title. Not even a Copa America, which he missed due to He also missed out due to injuries. In recent years, has only won one major tournament, marking the last dignified moment for Brazilian football. Neymar has given everything he has, but he missed the golden era when he can only move forward with and even some second-tier stars. It's not an exaggeration that, in the last few, all expectations of Brazil have rested almost entirely on Neymar's shoulders. Unfortunately, this Brazilian talent has never received fortune's favor. After saying goodbye we turn our attention to the team that is standing on the shoulders of giants, the Norwegian team, led by Haaland and Odegaard. This Nordic, how far can they go in this World Cup? Next up is the quarterfinal. Norway will face the star-studded England. This will be a clash of titans. The Three Lions have Bellingham, Kane, Rice, and other world-class players. They just defeated the host, Mexico, in an exciting match. The team's morale, but Norway's success so far is definitely not just luck. Compared to many European powerhouses, Norway's tactics are straightforward and raw. But that's also what makes them dangerous. As long as they have Haaland, Norway can win against any opponent. The match against Brazil proves that Haaland can go long stretches without the ball. But when he's on screen, the opposing defense feels immense pressure. Another advantage is that they have almost no pressure. Reaching the quarterfinals is already a historic achievement. Against a title-contending England, Norway can, with their familiar counter-attacking style. Of course, in terms of individual skills and squad depth, Norway still lags behind England once the starting 11's stamina declines. Or if Haaland's passing options are cut off, Norway's situation will become very passive. They need to quickly find a second scoring threat to stabilize their... If they can prepare well, and if Haaland maintains his form from earlier, Norway could upset the Three Lions, making a surprising run. It's not impossible. The idols of the past leave with regrets. The heroes of the new era announce their arrival with goals. Neymar leaves with his own regrets. The boy who once captivated countless fans. Ultimately, he couldn't fulfill his dream of the World Cup. Maybe that's just football. Perhaps it's also life itself. Both flaws and completeness deserve to be remembered. Goodbye, Neymar. Goodbye, five-time champions, Brazil. Similarly, we look forward to Haaland and his Nordic Pirates, hoping they can go further in the North American tournament. To everyone watching, how do you rate the match between Brazil and the fall of the Samba team? Was it bad luck or a decline in strength? What are your thoughts on Neymar's regretful career with Brazil? We'd love to hear your opinions. Feel free to share in the comments. Join us for discussions. Next up, the underdog Norway faces England in the quarter. We'll bring you post-match analysis. Thanks for staying tuned. We appreciate your likes and subscription. This is World Wave. See you in the next episode. See you next time.